Привет, друзья! Это Dreamfall. Мы продолжаем. Мы играем за Зойку наконец-то. И нам нужно найти ворона и поговорить с ним, и утешить его, и с ним вместе поплакать. Я решил сразу же продолжить записывать серию. Ой, это что такое? Блин, короче, тут место какое-то... Блин, кошмар. Лаговое. Так, ворон. Вот у нас ворон. Так.
I'm so sorry, Crow. I thought you knew.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I just can't... I can't believe she's gone. But I sort of knew, you know. I
Конечно, я
felt it
понимаю.
in my heart. And that final time we were together, it wasn't like it used to be. It was weird. Like too much time had passed and we drifted apart. I should have known it wouldn't last.
Так.
How can you ever know something like
Как
that?
вообще можно знать что-то подобное?
He's not alone in feeling that.
И он один это чувствует. Не ты
I
один.
know that feeling. It's something you just have to learn to live with.
I know. I will. Were you there when she...
Так,
I witnessed the
жестоко.
whole thing.
Я видела все,
Should
что
I tell
произошло.
Crow that?
Но стоит ли говорить ему об этом?
Perhaps better to avoid the
Возможно,
topic
лучше
and get him
избежать этой
thinking about
темы
other
и
things.
заставить его подумать о чем-то другом. Уж давайте на
I
откровение.
witnessed the whole... I was there. I saw it happen. I tried to help her, to save her. I know I was supposed to, but I...
Нам тоже нужно все это излить.
Not your fault. Bad things happen. People die. Life goes on. Anyway, did I help with, you know, the rebel thing? Did they believe you? That you're not a spy?
You did. They do. It's fine now. They'll help us.
Good, good, good. They're not gonna cut your head off?
What? No?
Good, good. I wish I could have been more helpful. But it was 10 years ago. And I didn't really pay attention to what April said about that Abnaxis chap.
It's okay.
If you don't mind, I need to be alone for a little while. Clean my feathers, sharpen my beak, reflect on the nature of life. Bird stuff.
Totally understand.
I'll find you in the city.
Хорошо. Только не замыкайся в себе. Так, что у нас дальше? Встретить стену в библиотеке. Так, библиотека. Так, вспомни, где она у нас. Она у нас где-то по коридору вроде бы. Так, может, где-то вот здесь лучше пройти? Не помню, она слева или с правой стороны? Наверное, с левой. Так, у нас баланс. А вот библиотека. Здесь ее нету. А вот она. Что она двигается.
I have to resist this intense desire to stroke her yellow fur. I don't think that'd be kosher.
I've been trying to find a book or scroll or manuscript or map or torn note page or ancient magical tome or pamphlet or a piece of cloth that mentions the Purple Mountains or the Ular, but no luck. It's really frustrating. This library has never let me down before. Bad library.
Так. Знакомство. Она так много интересуется. Она так много интересуется, и я не ответил ей ни один на ее вопрос. Здесь пытаюсь подружиться и завести друзей. Здесь должно быть хоть что-то. Знаете, да-да.
Right? I don't feel we were properly introduced.
I know you are. I mean, no, yes. You're right. Enu. I am Enu. I hope you're staying a while. It would be so great to have someone around who's not a
Только не
surly
загружай
warrior with
меня,
mommy
пожалуйста.
issues, or a stoic leader, or a battle-hardened soldier, or just batshit insane. I mean, there's Jakai. He's pretty normal, except for his aunt issues, but he's a bit too... Hey, so, what do you do when you're not saving the world?
Neural programming. I mean, I did. Then my world shut down, and now I just watch a lot of shows and eat. Sorry.
Didn't understand any of that, but it was still amazing. Tell me again?
Maybe next time?
I can't wait to talk more about all these things we have in common. We must have a sleepover.
Хоть она знает, что такое пижамная вечеринка.
There must be something here.
Так.
This is where I try to connect and make.
Ну, давайте.
You just joined the resistance?
Oh, yes.
Хотя зря
no,
это нажила. Она
not
сейчас
really,
назавалит
Jess.
всякой
About
фигней.
half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right, and it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
This is so nice. I wish we were sisters. Can we be sisters? You don't have to answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I did. Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend! Do you have one of those?
I do. I think. We haven't spoken in a while, and he doesn't know. I think we need to have a long talk if I get back home. It's been a very tough year, for the both of us. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened to me before I fell asleep. I tried to remember, but I couldn't. Until my memories caught up with me. Oh, Jesus. It's a long story. Very complicated. Maybe another time?
Yes, please?
Думает последний раз, когда вы с ней
There must be.
разговариваете.
So, no luck?
Nothing. Sorry.
Сказала,
I've read
что
most
здесь
of these
ничего не
before.
нашла.
I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely. Anyway, I've been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ula?
nothing. I mean, the
Потом
Purple
привыкаешь, когда
Mountains
тебе нет
sounds
друзей, так что
colloquial.
это нормально.
It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated.
Or?
Or someone's trying to hide something. Which would be weird and very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
Что
I'm on a
дальше?
deadline. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something. I feel terrible. Do you want to be my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could.
For the love of the festering demon shrimps of Jaharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating fat purses to deal with this shite. I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxus's stone tree if I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested. Do your bleeding jobs, people. Is that too much to ask?
Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking? Well, blessed
Привет,
be the straight
чувак!
bitches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine.
Да-да,
back
я
when
это
I'd hit
помню.
rock bottom in Marcuria. What in
Как
the
будто
name
это
of
было
the
вчера.
eight-eyed octo-god of Tartillus are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Except for, not those words exactly.
Oh, I left my life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined the resistance. I'm a general now. I'm making a difference.
Так. Слепота.
He was
Он
theoretically
был
blind,
теоретически
but now
слепым,
he
но
can
теперь
see.
он прозрел. Чем
makes
больше я об
less
этом
and
думаю,
less
тем
sense the more I
бессмысленно
think
это
about it.
становится.
I just can't imagine
Не
how
могу
the blind Bob I
представить,
met in
как слепой
Mercuria
Боб,
turned
который
into
я встретила в
this
Меркурии,
man.
стал этим
It's an
человеком.
impressive
Невероятное
transformation.
перевоплощение.
General?
Генерал?
Didn't he just
Абнакус.
mention Abnaxus?
Он что, только что
Or was that
упомянул
my
Абнакуса?
imagination?
Или это мое воображение?
It's a
Пурпурные
long shot,
горы.
but
Так, давайте вот это.
do you know someone called Abnaxus?
Abnaxus. Now there's a name I haven't heard spoken in years. Where do you know it from?
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Abnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Abnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy, I know, but...
Sounds completely sane to me, lass. Abnaxus turning up in visions. That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying. I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Mercurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home. Said to take care.
Отлично, мы знаем, где его дом.
I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
Так. Ну, давайте про слепоту
was-
спросим и потом
What
про
happened to
ключи
your
все.
theoretical blindness?
Cured! I was blind, theoretically, but now I can see. To be honest, some days I wonder if I ever was theoretically blind, or if it was all hypothemetaphysical. You know, just in my head, like.
Oh,
It was simpler being blind Bob and resorting to beggaring and vagrancy than taking a long, hard look at myself in a speculum, particularly on account of the blindness. I wish me old pa could have lived to see me. He always believed in me, even when I didn't. To the bitter end, he told me I had potential. I nodded and wept and promised him I'd try my best. Then, as he drew his last ragged breath, I stole his purse and his breeches. Well, pa, I'm sorry about the breeches. I'm making something of life now. Making something of myself. I'm no longer
Так,
blind
мы
Bob.
поняли.
Call me Bob who can see.
Так, ну... Давайте про ключ.
you said something about a key to Abnaxus's house?
They called it the abode back then.
Я сомневаюсь, что он что-то знает про пурпурные горы, поэтому и не буду спрашивать.
Luxurious location, prime real estate, central with a garden view, very quiet at night.
And the key? Do you still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
What about this house? I mean, the abode?
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits right circle in the center of the city green. Abnaxus carved it out of a petrified tree with his own morbidly huge hands. A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside, on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
This key, can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron, worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I...
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk here. But keep it safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
Без проблем. Так, поговорите, Шепард. Так, где ты? Ты у нас там с кем-то разговаривала вроде. Так, вот, да, пошлите вот здесь. Да, он с кем там разговаривает. Или просто стоит.
You spoke with the general. Did you find what you were looking for?
It's
Да.
a step in the right direction.
Примерно, да.
Good. I've asked them to ready a boat for you. Whenever you're ready, it will take you into the city. I may not fully understand your role, Zoe, but there's something about you that I've learned to have faith in the balance. The balance provides. The balance guides. It's guiding you now. You must let it take you wherever it leads, like a leaf on a river. Bend to its will.
I'll try.
We shall speak again, Zoe Castillo. When the winds have quieted, the clouds have parted, and the grass on the great plain stands straight and tall once more.
Так, все, поехали к лодке. Да, отправляйся на лодке. Меркурий. Так. Зойка здесь лучше проходит, чем Киана. Зойка худенькая. Так, поехали. Наверное, сейчас без ворона еще бегать будем. А хрен его знает. Так, найдите
Now I need to
обитель.
find the city green. I wish Crow was with me. I feel less alone with that silly bird around.
Чё сразу глупая птица? Вот он.
You're back, and your head's still on. Did you swim?
Swim? No, boat. I boated. I mean, they dropped me off in a boat.
Impressive. So, what's the next step on our grand adventure? Tea and biscuits? A hearty nap, perhaps?
О, было бы
I need to
неплохо.
find the city green and the home of Abnaxus.
I visit the city green every day to clean my feathers in the fountain. Follow me.
Follow me, follow me. Я печенюшки в последнее время не очень люблю. Вот круассанчики можно было бы покушать бы.
I really wish you had wings.
So do I, Crow. Hey, are you okay?
Sure, why wouldn't I be?
I mean, April and...
Of course I'm not okay, okay? But I'm okay. I'll be okay. It's okay. We're okay. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay.
She's not the first friend I've lost, and she won't be the last. You learn to roll with the punches. It's either that or punch back. Real hard.
Ну, блин, просто узнать, вот слить персонажа. Ну, это как-то так себе. Вообще глупо. Зато нам дали какую-то героиню сагу, и то она куда-то пропала.
So, how's business? Pretty good. I mean, reaping's a
Кстати, куда он летел? Это примерно, ну, я знаю, куда бежать, но все равно она же должна же бежать за вороном.
I must admit that I
А, вот он.
I mean,
How's your memory coming along? Do you remember anything about this place now?
I worked so hard to remember, but no, not much. It was winter.
True. Winter changes everything. What with the snow and the
Странно.
ice and all.
Почему-то у нас появился значок
And the
баланса.
city looked different. Smaller.
Probably has grown a bit.
But no, I don't really remember anything at all.
Perfectly fine. I also remember very little, but then I am a bird with a bird brain, so what can you expect?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm not a bloody engineer. I'm just excited
Так.
about the ceremony.
Побежали? Дальше. Так, это у нас вот это место. Здесь мы сейчас зайдем без проблем.
What's going on here? Isn't that...
Кто меня за язык
Are they trying
тянула?
to chop down Abnaxus's abode? Great. That's great.
So this is it. Abode of, big ugly thing what speaks funny?
Apparently so.
And there's someone else here.
Apparently so.
Huh.
Так. Так. Идите. Так, ну мы нашли. Пошли, попробуем поговорить.
Once this unholy tree's been knocked down, the electorate will take me seriously. They'll see I have the power to get things. Ah, a member of the voting public.
Блин, опять ты.
Honor Hilaris Esquire at your service, madam. But I'm sure I don't need to introduce myself to you. You've seen my face in print and in public appearances.
Лучше бы я тебя
You
никогда
know me
не
as an
видела.
honourable and truthful fellow who stands with the common man. And
Твое
woman.
лицо это на
Shan't
травму,
forget the
просто на
common woman.
психику.
Yes, yes. And of course, running for Commissioner of City Watch, a position sorely and desperately in need of new blood. The Watch needs strength. It needs direction. It needs humanity. In other words, it needs me.
It looks like they're trying to destroy
Похоже, он
Abnaxus's
пытается
abode.
уничтожить обитель Абнакуса. Так.
He's gunning for a political position
Он
with the
метит на
City Watch.
официальный пост
I
в
wonder what his
городском
end game
дозоре.
is.
Интересно, каково его конечная цель.
Let's see if I can get him talking about himself.
Посмотрим,
He
удастся
sounded more
ли
than happy to do
заставить
so.
его говорить о себе. Судя по всему, он более чем рад этим заниматься.
It looks like they're
Похоже,
trying to
что
destroy
они
Abnaxus's
пытаются
abode.
уничтожить. Ага.
He appears to be an Azadi
Похоже, он
supporter.
сторонник Азади.
I wonder how
Интересно,
genuine it
сколько
is.
это искренне. До
I've had
свидания.
enough. Let's see if
Давай
I can get him
сюда
talk.
посмотрю.
It's Hilaris, right?
Oh no, Hilaris Esquire, licensed solicitor.
It's an unusual name.
Обычное имя.
It's unique, certainly, but it's a Northlander name. My father, the esteemed Hubert Hilaris, is, of course, that was before he was beguiled by that. I've sworn to restore our sacred heritage.
Короче, давай, чувак, до
I've had it.
свидания.
Well, best of luck.
Luck is the... Here's my... And remember...
Все равно мы его словами отсюда не вытащим.
Go on, put your back into it, man. This is pathetic. It's merely a
Так,
tree.
Ворон, помоги мне. Так, я могу им управлять. Давай на его голову.
Crow, could you fly over there for me?
Why?
Just trust me.
Why?
Why?
Jesus,
Why?
please, Crow.
Fine. Pardon me for wanting to play a role in my own destiny. I'll do it.
Давайте его ворона просто достанем.
Talking bird. Filthy magic. Damnation, where did it go?
Так, вот летит обратно. Так, давайте теперь в другое место попробуем. Можно сюда. Сюда. Давайте в сено.
Again? Seriously?
Ну, это пока
Fine.
что единственное действие, которое я вижу, и что я могу сделать. Нет, он опять возвращается. Так. Блин, ну как здесь красиво, просто посмотрите, а. Красота. Так, окей, это место не сработало. Да, блин, ну тыквы тоже не сработает. Давайте сюда.
I...
Да-да, ты суть понял. Так, еще последний раз попробую на тыкве. Так. Малыш, ну я не знаю, что делать.
Are you doing this just...
Да, прости, прости. Тоже нет. Так, хорошо.
Where did it go? What kind of shoddy job are the Azadi doing when there are still talking birds flapping
Так,
about?
ничего, да?
They should provide us with a few of their explosive sticks so that we can take matters into
If
our
it
own
wasn't for
hands.
Honor's goons, I would
Eradicate this
thump that
sorceress.
reactionary
That
misogynist on the
goddamn
head.
talking
Тихо,
bird.
тихо, слишком
Magic
много.
Would be
collaboration.
justified homicide.
Language.
Так.
Let's
Птица.
play this nice and cool, Zoe.
Давай провернем все без шума и пыли, Зоя.
About that talking bird
Что
that's
твоей
bothering
говорящей
you.
птицы?
Yes, what about it?
I just saw it.
Where?
Так. Телега. Сено. Это глупо. Здесь тоже это глупо. Сено.
Go look for that goddamn bird over there.
И что дальше?
Did you see that?
Птица.
About that talking bird.
Yes? What a...
I just saw it.
You did? Use your finger, woman. Point!
Ну, я еще типа и видел
That
здесь.
filthy, chattering fowl must be over there somewhere. Go check.
А, не-не-не-не-не, подожди. Хотя не, давайте попробуем тоже. Не знаю, ворон отсюда летит, не долетит. Если нет, то потом стену попробуем. Он ударит по башке ему. И все будет плачевно. Нет, 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 эта херня не работает. Все, понятно. Я все понял. Все ништяк. Так. Так, да. Я видел птицу.
Yes? What about it?
I just saw it.
Again?
Она
Show me.
была вот
The
здесь.
magical bird is making a mockery of us.
Теперь бежим быстренько. Пока он ищет, он не ушел. Так, ворон, давай, быстро к сену.
Someday soon I'm gonna complain to the Guild of Sidekicks about this.
Да, давай, малыш. Сейчас у нас все получится. Черт, мы не успели, он ушел. Черт, давайте еще раз пробовать. А может тыкву? Давайте в тыкве. И куда дальше надо?
Let's. About that talk.
Yes? What?
I just saw it.
Where? Where?
А нет, тыква не работает. Стол.
Grab that bird.
Давай, быстрее. Еще раз попробуем стол, потом... Ой, сено, потом попробуем стол.
Thank the gods.
Давай, лети быстрей. Да почему? Так, что-то я делаю не так. Окей, давайте пробовать стол.
Did you see that?
Let's. About that.
Yes? What about it?
I just saw it.
You did?
Либо надо вороном в какое-то другое место. А, там еще тележка была, кстати. Тележка была.
Again?
Нет. Нет, это не то. Все не то. Сейчас попадет по тыкве. Все. Так, давайте попробуем телега. Телега.
Damnation! Where did it go? Have you seen a filth?
Let's. About that talking
Так.
bird. That
Yes? What?
I just saw it.
Again? Show me.
Так.
Go look
Телега.
for that goddamn bird over there.
Ему дольше идти, а нам ближе. С вороном. Так.
Yeah, I...
Давай. Сейчас должно получиться. Даже так, ну и ладно.
Soft-headed fool. We'll need to carry him home to have someone look at his head. The tree can wait until tomorrow. You do the carrying. I'd do it myself, but someone needs to lead the way and keep an eye out for potholes.
That was brilliant!
А
First,
то?
I did my thing, and then that goofball tried to hit me with a rock, and then stuff happened, and Dung for Brains got knocked out, and then they all left. End scene. It was almost like one of those puppet shows that Wizard puts on in the square. It was hilarious!
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's the most fun I've had since... I don't know. I guess since I hung out with April all those years ago.
Все хорошо, все будет хорошо. Что ж, поехали. Посмотрим его дом. Думаю, там будет что-то интересненькое. Ну, я надеюсь на это.
This place looks a lot bigger on the inside. It is a lot bigger on the inside. Okay, this is freaky. I feel dizzy. There must be magic here because this makes no sense. Those are some portentous-looking books. I wish I could read them
Так, у нас
again.
есть еще
Why
второй
should I be
этаж.
surprised? I've seen weirder things.
Господи.
Weird is my new normal. Right, so, Obnaxis was a very
Так,
well-read man. There are
книги,
enough musty old
книги.
books here to fill a university library's special collection of musty old
Понятно, что
books.
там нужно нам что-то на столе, потому что там книга слишком прям. Как и говорит о себе, возьми меня.
Oh, that's interesting.
Спрятать.
Who's... Oh, God.
I must apologize, ma'am. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Zoe Castillo.
А ты что
You're
здесь
the last person I
делаешь?
expected to find here.
Так,
He's
согласиться,
right.
он прав.
This
Это
is a
очень
very
странное
odd coincidence. I
совпадение.
have no memory of this
Я не
man.
помню этого человека.
I remember him
Брайан
from my last visit to
с
Mercuria.
моего прошлого визита в Меркурий. Ну
He's
да.
right. I wasn't expecting to find myself here, or you.
I've been curious about this house for years. I kept an eye on it. Just in case something...
То есть ты постоянно сидел здесь караулил,
I
когда
just
кто-то
never
здесь
thought
дверь
it'd be
откроет?
you. That's an odd coincidence, to say the least.
А ты
Still,
постарел.
fate does tend to weave the same threads together, again and again. So what brings you back to Mercuria, Miss Castillo? And to this place of all places? How in the name of the balance did you get inside? People have been trying for years, but this house has strong wards. Venar magic, the oldest there is. And now I understand why. It's a treasure trove. Wait, is that the Annals of Dreaming? Good God, that's a lost treasure. Only 5 were ever made.
Так, это хреново, что он ее
Why be
видел.
secretive about it?
Зачем
I'm
мне это
sure I can
скрывать?
trust him.
Уверена, ему можно доверять. А с чего ты взяла, что ему можно доверять? Мы увидели его в начале, блин, игры. Просто непонятный ученый, который... Ну, блин, ученые, они все сумасшедшие, им доверять нельзя.
I'm not sure I want to
Все
tell this man
конкретно. Так, я пока
absolutely
не
everything
уверена,
yet.
что хочу рассказать ему все подряд. Да?
I know my way around wards.
So I see. Your talents run deeper than I remember, Miss Castillo. I'm impressed.
Хотя,
Pardon
может,
my
зря я так
curiosity,
с ним
but
сразу
What are you
агрессивно.
looking for here? Abnaxis himself vanished a decade ago.
Так,
I should trust Brian. There's no point hiding
должна
anything from him.
доверять Брайану. Нет смысла не будет что-то скрывать.
It's not that I don't
То,
trust
чтобы
him,
я
but
доверяю, но... Ну,
I
давай
should trust.
скажем.
I'm trying to find out where Obnaxis went after he left Mercuria.
And you believe the answer's in here somewhere. You're probably right. Looks like I picked the perfect day for a stroll in the green. I was wondering why that odorous Hilarious fellow wasn't still trying to chop this tree down. Now I know. Let's see if we find anything interesting, shall we?
Так. Карта.
Without a reference to the Purple Mountains, that map won't help me.
Карта
Those
нужна.
are some portentous-looking books. I wish I could read them.
Так. Какая-то заметка. Тут еще какая-то заметка лежит.
Interesting.
Так. Еще заметка. Так, здесь у нас ничего. Смотреть.
Looks like a handwritten note.
Так, но мы этого не прочтем. Прочтет полибак он. Так, у нас сверху точно больше ничего нет. Сейчас быстренько тоже проверим. Так, книга, 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 не книга. Но эти заметки сразу видны. Так, ну на втором этаже, короче, у нас ничего нету. Может, сюда больше не бегать. Ладно. Я тут записочки нашла.
This looks interesting.
The first dreamer references in the annals of dreaming. That's this book right here. And the chapter about the first dream. It's certainly a starting point. Let's see what it says.
Can you read that book?
I've lived in Arcadia for decades, and there hasn't been much to do aside from studying ancient texts, so yes, I can read this book. Let's see, the chapter in question speaks of the Ular. They are said to be
У вас там это,
wardens
листочек упал.
of the dreaming one, whatever that means. It's a rough translation. The English language isn't quite up to the task. The Ular and the Yete, one people that split into two. That sounds familiar. It says here the Yete left the Purple Mountains to go south to burrow into the ground. Something about a well of dreams. I mean, I don't know how much of this is true and how much is fantasy or prophecy. It's a difficult book to decipher. There's also something about two dreamers becoming one. It's vague. This is almost certainly a prophecy of some sort. The Ular live on Cloud Peak. It's in the mountains of Yedra. Where's that on the map? Ah, there it is. Straight north across the plains, right in the middle of the border mountains. This is an old book, so I don't know if they still live there. I've never heard of the Ular. They might all be dead. I'm not sure how useful this is to you, but there it is.
Так. Подбирай.
That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages.
Теперь вот эта записка.
What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to...
Так, это, значит, не надо. И, наверное, тоже вот это не
What do
надо.
you think this means?
Хорошо. И вот это.
This note fell out from the pages of the annals. What's a soulless stone?
I'm not sure. The Soul Stone was taken from Luke's by the warlock Clax. It must be retrieved, or the past, present, and future will cease to be.
That sounds ominous.
Звучит даже знакомо.
I don't know about any Soul Stone, but I'm guessing this Clax fellow does. I wonder if Obnoxus means old Roper Clax. April told me his story. He was a two-bit wizard who resided in a floating castle up north near the border mountains. April said she taught him a lesson. She didn't get into any details, but he lost his castle. Last I heard, he's doing children's theater here in town. Reformed, apparently, if that's a thing a wizard is capable of. Sounds like this Soul Stone is important.
How do I go about finding it?
The clue's right here in the text. Roper, Clax, Wizard, and Puppeteer. I'd start there if I were you.
Окей. Так, забираем
I'm
карту.
sure Obnoxus won't mind me borrowing this. I'll return it to him in person, if I make it to Cloud Peak.
И, понимаю, нужно
Have you found
его
anything of
отправить
interest?
отсюда.
Keep looking. This place is a treasure trove.
И что? Тебе карту дать? Нет. Чувак, все, уходи, я пошла отсюда. Все, улепетывай отсюда.
I knew it! I knew it! Obnoxus left so much behind. There's a wealth of information here.
Может, мне надо выйти, чтобы его отсюда?
I think I have what I need. I should get going. Should we...
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property.
Я дала обещание, не могу.
Obnoxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his library for years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
Так, но мы дали обещание. Так, позволить.
Не
похоже, чтобы Брайан собирался навредить этому месту. Он почтительно любопытный. Если он останется, хуже не будет. Блин. Ну хрен его знает. Казаться. Может, у него и лучше намерен, но я обещала слепому Бобу. Я бы почувствовал себя ужасно, случилось бы что-нибудь с обитателем Обноxus. Чувак, прости. Я обещала Бобу.
It doesn't look like Brian's gonna do anything damage to these. He might have the best of intentions.
Я обещала слепому Бобу. Я бы почувствовал себя ужасно, случилось бы что-нибудь с обитателем Обноxus. Чувак, прости. Я обещала Бобу.
I'm sorry. I don't think I
Если
can let
буду
you
как
stay
мне
in here.
переигрывать или даже
I'm
буду
not
переигрывать
sure
на
I
канал,
need your
то
permission.
окей,
I
Only
я
joking.
тебе
I
разрешу.
understand.
Пойдем по
I'll take my leave now,
жестокому прям
Miss
пути.
Castillo. I certainly hope we'll see each other again soon.
Если надо, поговори с любым Бобом или с этим самим Абдактусом, он тебе может разрешит. Ну все, пошлите отсюда. Кузок запри собой двери, ладно, окей?
Didn't you say something about a wizard and a puppet show?
Nope.
No, you did. You said something about a show in the square.
I did not.
Crow.
Oh, right, right! Roper Clax's Fingerlings! Man, that show's great. A modern classic.
Clax. He's the wizard April Ryan fought.
That's right. He was behaving badly, so she fought him and trapped him inside some sort of calculating machine. Pretty clever stuff.
Where can I find this puppet show?
I'll show you.
Так, ну хорошо, найдем этот кукольный театр. Так, куда ты опять с меня так быстро полетел? Стой! Стой, кому сказала. Ну, вроде мы его видим. Пока что видим. Так. Все, тихо, тихо, тихо. Я боюсь его вообще упустить здесь без взгляда. А, во! Вот какой театр. Мини-уличное шоу.
I feel better having Crow around, even though I'm not sure what he can do. Still, a useless sidekick is better than no sidekick. I'm not saying he's useless.
Чувак.
If you'll seek an autograph, you must purchase my book first. It's on sale today. Only...
No, sorry. I need to talk to you.
Talk, hmm? Well, I only have a few
Театр
minutes
пальчиков.
before my show begins, but I'm sure I can spare a couple of them for a pretty young thing like you.
Так. На
It's
пальчике.
an odd
Это странное
name for a
название
children's
для
puppet show.
детского кукловода
This has to be the right
театра. Так, должно быть, это нужный мне человек.
Didn't he and April
Разве у
have
них
some
с
sort
Эприлом
of
не было ничего вроде
confrontation?
конфликта? Давай сразу с
Do
Эприлом.
you remember April Ryan?
Прям сразу на таран идем.
Right. Oh, yes, of course, absolutely, certainly, naturally. The bit...
The brave young woman who came to my
Ладно, не
castle
буду
and
произносить это слово вслух.
And help me put my sorceress past behind me. How could I possibly forget?
Так, Эприл,
He's obviously
продолжить.
got some issues with it.
Давайте
It's
правильно.
an,
Вот это
the
спасем.
fingerling.
Ah, my beloved
Приятные
finger puppets,
пальчики,
beloved
куклы,
by all
любые.
children
Всем
and
эти-
Gilbert Grutton of the Daily Mercurian called my show simply astonishing and wrote that it was quite... You see, the fingerlings represent a revolution in finger puppeteering. The women in particular. Stay for the show. I get...
Чё он какую-то фигню несет?
So, about April.
Why does everyone want to talk about April Ryan? She was just a weak little human who stumbled onto things she
Ну,
didn't
хоть она была
do.
обычно слабым человеком, много чего сделала. Вот так-то что не надо.
No, I must apologize. You see, April and I had some
Disagreements in the past. I'm past that now. I'm a different person. As for
Кому ты
April
тут лапшу
Ryan,
на уши вешаешь, а?
I hear she suffered an ignoble death at the hands of our Azadi benefactors. What a shame. What a terrible, terrible shame.
You are Roper Clax, right? The wizard?
Who told you that?
Well, that sign, for one.
No, the wizard part. Who told you?
I mean, I'm merely a humble finger puppeteer trying to make an honest living in a cold and heartless world.
But you were a wizard once.
Fully rehabilitated, I don't go anywhere near sorcery, not anymore. You should really read my highly acclaimed and best-selling memoir, A Farewell to My Wizarding Ways. It's a thrilling story of redemption and romance, of dashing heroes and wicked villainesses, of flying castles and curious calculating devices. Every word of it as true as the night is dark and the day is bright, of course.
Как ты стал жалко.
I might as well. Do you recall owning a soul stone?
A soul stone? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just wondering, since there are so many impressive tales about your powers where I come from.
And where would that be?
That was a long time ago. In another life. I've moved on. I'm a different person now in every way.
I was just wondering what happened to the stone.
She took it, that bitch.
Balance? Pardon me? I don't know where that came from.
Who?
The Yaga, the wicked witch of the
Истинная
north,
ведьма
as these
севера.
simpletons call her, as if they have any idea who and what she truly is. She lurks
Что-то новенькое.
in the dark places. She feeds on that stone like a...
Like I said, that's in the past, and I've left it all behind long ago.
Смотри, сегодня там винишко
Now, I
стоит,
make an honest
сыр, блин,
living, bringing
яблочки.
joy to children
Побухиваешь
through
перед
my
работой,
most
да?
excellent and revolutionary finger
И
puppet
настроение.
theater. And on that note, I must beg your pardon, young miss. The show is about to begin.
Can we please talk again afterwards? I have some more questions.
Sure. Absolutely. After the show. Yes. Toodaloo.
Понимаю, нам нужно
Yes,
посмотреть
here we
шоу.
go. This is gonna be so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and... well, humans... And you, Azadi soldier standing over there, you're welcome to watch, just don't rattle your sabers or rustle your suits. Welcome to this morning's performance of The Fingerlings. I am your host and puppeteer, Roper Clax, esteemed thespian and raconteur, author and entrepreneur. My book is available for purchase with a free personalized dedication. Speak to me after the show.
Почему это так
A
стрёмно?
donation
Это
is
мне
both
так не
appreciated
нравится.
and expected. Drop your coins into the box after the show. Remember that every iron piece goes towards a good purpose.
Woohoo! Go Fingerlings!
My beloved Fingerlings, handcrafted reproductions of renowned actors from across Arcadia, immortalized in finger puppet form by skilled artisans. Using only the finest fabrics and natural materials, these lovely creatures are as dear to me as children, and as talented and protean as the finest human players. You're all welcome to approach the stage after the show, of course, to admire my finely crafted miniatures up close and intimately. No food, no touching, no
Ребят,
children.
простите за это ужас, я сама в
And
шоке.
now, beloved audience, prepare yourselves for a journey into mystery, for a true story of wizardry and magic. I present to you the tale of the good-hearted wizard and the villainous winch. Once upon a time, in the distant north, there lived a kindly old wizard in a wonderful flying castle.
А ты раз не запрещено было
This
такие
very
сказки
friendly
рассказывать,
wizard
не?
liked to tease and toy with the people of the land, and sometimes he would do silly things like turn them into stone or furry animals and
Офигенно,
bottle
добрый
up the
волшебник, ага.
wind. Naturally, he meant no harm, and the people of the land loved the wizard like they would a grandfather, a very young and very handsome grandfather. But one day, an evil sorceress from a distant land came to visit the
Эприл,
kindly wizard.
серьезно?
This ugly, selfish witch didn't understand that the wizard was only trying to make people happy.
А, нет, это не Эприл, это
She
нет, это
used
ведьма.
her dark sorcery to steal all of his possessions and trap him inside a tiny little box where the gentle wizard was barely able to breathe.
Тебя очень похож... Нет, это Эприл.
The poor old man was trapped for many moons inside this box before a benevolent wandering god arrived to free him from his prison. The wizard pledged eternal allegiance to the wandering god in return for vengeance against the cruel witch
Что-то я
who
вообще запутался.
trapped him.
Я уж не помню, что там у них с
There
Эприл
he is,
было.
Commander. The dangerous loon who's corrupting our youth with his occult finger rings.
What? What's this? What are you doing? What's going on? You can't... Hey! Hey! Hands off!
You're teaching children of magic, old man. You ought to know better.
Release me, you dishonorable brute!
By the authority vested in me by the Greater Azadi Empire and the Emissary, and in accordance with provisional imperial law prohibiting any and all teachings of occult magic, I'm taking you into custody.
You can't do this! You don't know who I am!
Tell it to the magistrate, wizard.
My fingerlings! My precious handcrafted fingerlings! No!
Жесть.
I cannot believe that they arrested him. What a travesty.
11... А, я ворона жду.
I didn't see that coming.
I guess the Azadi aren't fans of creepy puppet shows either.
I think it had more to do with him being a wizard. Okay, shit. So what now? He was my only lead to the Soul Stone. All I have to go on is something about a Yaga and Riverwood.
Riverwood? I know Riverwood. I've been to Riverwood. If it's Riverwood you need, I know how to get to Riverwood.
Кажется, понимаю, что это за
Really?
место.
And the Yaga? The Wicker Witch?
I don't know anything about
Или
Yagas,
нет.
but I do know something about witches in Riverwood. On my last trip there, we had a close encounter with one of them. That witch is toast, of course, but I can probably find my way back to Riverwood. It's north. We go north. Wait, which way is up? Yeah, north.
Okay. Okay. That's something, right? Much better than nothing. We just need a way to get north that doesn't involve me walking all the way.
Only flying. I'm not flying all that way. I tire easily. Wait. I feel a cunning plan coming on. Follow me, Zoe.
Uh-oh.
It's either a cunning plan or I need the toilet. But I'm pretty sure it's a cunning plan.
Ой. Радость ты наша. Так и что, мы сейчас, получается, уйдем отсюда? Блин, мы уже
I
уходим
still
отсюда.
can't believe you pulled off the voice and the whole fake hand thing.
Блин,
looked great
прикольно,
on
мы
you.
катаемся на этой.
Totally. Not so sure about the beard, though. My face is itchy. Speaking of faces, I can never show mine in Mercuria again. Not after that last bit we did.
If everything goes well, you won't have to.
At least we have a ride. Can I trust this thing?
They're docile cows, the Elguan. Just leave it to me. Mush, Daisy, mush!
Whoa, whoa, I think you're upsetting her.
I'll leave the cowgirling to you. I'll fly ahead and scout the terrain instead. Don't lose sight of me!
Так, надеюсь, я им управлять не буду. Был прикольно, кстати бы. Так, получается, мы сейчас новую местность какую-то для себя откроем, да? Неплохо.
How much longer will this journey
Вот
take?
все время, когда хочешь
nearly a week
закончить,
now.
появляется заставка.
It's been less than 2 days, and I'm beginning to regret bringing you along.
You're stuck in the cargo hold of a cloud ship with your worst enemy. How could you possibly have any regrets?
And people say you have no sense of humor.
Так,
If there was ever a
Если
time
бы
to
была
make peace with
возможность
Liko,
помириться
this
с
is
Лихо,
likely it.
это, скорее всего, она.
Maybe there's
Может,
still a chance
еще
to
есть
create a
шанс
bond
стать
between
друг
us.
другу ближе, поспать.
We're on a mission.
У нас
This is
миссия.
neither the
Сейчас
time nor place to
не
make peace
время
with
и не
Liko.
место мириться с Лихо.
We
Мы уже
already fight
сражались
side
бок
by
по
side.
бок.
That's
Нас
our bond.
сближает.
Besides,
Нас сближает. К тому же я
I'm
устал.
tired.
Но, блин, другого говорить еще последний раз. Поэтому
If
давай.
there was ever a I'm
Сейчас.
sorry about your father. I know that may not amount to much now, but
Чтобы хоть один
I
раз
was a
нужно
different person
еще
then.
раз извиниться. Хотя нет.
I was
Что я
blind to
сказала?
the possibility
Можно
that
хотя
there
бы
could
еще
be
один
more
раз
than one
извиниться?
truth. There's been so
Ой.
much death on the road to this place. I left an innocent man behind to die during my escape from Friar's Keep. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I only caused him
Видимо,
more
легкая
pain.
усталость уже дает о себе
When I
знать.
visited his widow, she only had hate for me. She couldn't understand my reasons for doing what I did. I watched Balse Bakim bleed to death so that I could make my escape through a blood magic portal. I still wonder if his sacrifice was worth it. Have I repaid that debt? Shepard believes so, but many thought him a better man than I, so why did he have to die? I've tortured and murdered men. What did I gain from these actions? What did it change? What would have been different had I acted differently? All of these choices, Liko, they add up. My soul is heavy. The others believe me unaffected because I carry on as if nothing happened. But their faces and voices are there when I close my eyes. Those deaths never leave me. No words can undo these deeds. There are no excuses for the wrongs I've committed. But I am trying to heal the wounds I've inflicted. It's a long journey, Liko. And
I know. When you arrived from Friar's Keep, I wanted you dead.
really, I couldn't tell.
And people say you have no sense of humor.
Ага.
They do?
We've been through much since then. I believe I know you. A little. You've taken up arms against your own people, risking shame, death, and your immortal soul. Because you believe they're
Это не слишком близко к нему подошел.
It cannot be easy being hated and feared by both sides. I may still despise you because you murdered my father. I may still dislike you because you're an arrogant and intolerant shit. But I respect you, Kian. And I trust you.
Серьезно. Разрядить обстановку. Серьезно.
That trust goes both ways, Liko.
Well, I'm taking a nap. This half of the hold is mine. Stick to your side, or I may stab you in my sleep.
Don't worry. I've no intention of curling up next to you.
Или может нам было разрядить обстановку? Блин, я не знаю.
Kian, are you awake?
Эти моменты
I wasn't.
О!
This has now changed.
Did I ever tell you how my society views people like us?
I don't believe so.
The Dole Antiqua consider themselves tolerant and inclusive in all matters. And yet I've always had to hide who I am from my family and friends. If they knew the truth, I'd be ostracized. Tolerance, it seems, has its limits. But in the Resistance, no one cares. This thing we share, it doesn't change how they feel about us. It's strange. Strange, but liberating.
With the Resistance, you are who and what you decide to be. Regardless of color and creed, gender and religion, and... I thought you loved April Ryan.
I did. I do, but
Ох,
not
черт.
like that. She was someone I cared deeply about and always will. But I could never have shared my life with her. I still miss her every day. She gave me strength.
Nah, I'm going back to sleep. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
A day of sitting in the dark, bickering about who passed gas?
Like I said, a long day.
Да. 7 нам ее не хватает. Я чуть не обосрался снова. Вы что так пугаете такой картинкой? Странно, что картинку поменяли. Вроде игра еще не заканчивается. Повторюсь, еще у нас 5 глава. А точнее, 5 книга будет. Все, дальше он не пойдет. Он заебался. Он устал.
Fuck. Oh, I mean, that hurt.
Never trust an Elguan, cowardly cows.
Oh, something must have spooked it. What do we do now?
This place looks familiar. I think we're close. In fact, I think we're...
Leave! Go, or I'll call the others.
Эй, ты кто такой?
Oh, hey there. I'm friendly and unarmed.
You're human. You can't be Bird? Crowbird?
Hello. Hey, you're that fretful furry thing we met the first time we came through here. Ben Franklin.
Ben Bandu. This isn't the same human who accompanied you last time.
This is my new human. She's mostly harmless. Say hello, Zoe. Don't be rude.
Так, хорошо.
I guess. Hello.
Привет, иди дальше. Нам некогда общаться с местными. Мы на задании. Осторожно. Понять с ними, кто или что это существо. Все, что я знаю, оно как-то связано с Егой. Привет.
Hello.
Hello. Are you the new Bandu Mbata?
Bamboo what? No, I have no idea. I'm Zoe.
You're a dreamer.
So they keep saying. I'm not very good at it. How did you know?
We live close to the dreaming here. Her dreams surround us. The Yaga.
That's it! That's the one we're looking for, right, Zoe? The Yaga!
You're looking for the Yaga? On purpose? Are you mad?
Oh, I'm not. Her, I'm not so sure about.
You know the Yaga?
She lives in this forest. We do not speak her name. She's mean.
Ну, слава богу, я думала, Волдеморт. Так, Яга. Возможно, плюшевый. Мишка знает еще что-то о ней. Сэкономим время, спросим у Эваку, как попасть Ягу уйти. Нужно скорее, нужно ее найти, но мы не можем взять с собой эту клубок шерсти. Скажи нам дорогу.
You are mad. She doesn't like visitors. She eats visitors.
Sounds friendly, but we don't have a choice. She has the soul stone.
The soul stone? I've heard of the soul stone. The Yaga took it from the fallen fortress of her warlock.
Warlock? Roper Clax worked for the Yaga?
They all did. The Gribbler, Clax, all the evil witches and warlocks of the Northlands. But they're gone now. Just like my people. April Ryan imprisoned the warlock and killed the witch. She saved us all. But then the Azadi came with sharp blades and metal tubes that spewed fire. They murdered most of us. Some fled east. I'm the only one left here now.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
One day, they'll come back. All the surviving Banda. Until then, I watch over their burrows. And I sing. For them. For all of us. This soul stone. It's important?
Very.
You'll use it to fight the Azadi?
That's part of it, yes.
I'll take you to the Yaga. Or as close as I dare go to her lair, anyway.
Great! I was expecting you to say no, and by expecting, I mean hoping.
Does the bird always speak like that?
I'm afraid so. Lead the way, Ben.
Хотя это мог нам примерно просто показать дорогу, а не провожать. Просто вдруг для него это опасно. Я не хочу, чтобы с ним что-то случилось.
The Yaga's beyond the ridge. Once you cross that, you're in her realm.
You're not coming with?
Did you not hear me when I said she was hungry? No, I'm not coming with you. The walls of that place are thin, and she can smell my magic.
A wise decision, tiny man. Come on, Zoe, let's turn around and head back with Ben Ben. Maybe catch a fat squirrel and roast it for dinner?
This is what we came here for. If we don't get the soul stone...
Everyone dies, the world ends, no more Christmases, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of walking into one perilous scenario after the other. After we're done with this one, no more adventures. I swear to the feather gods of old.
You'll know you're there when you see the Gribbler's old house. She was the witch who lived here before. The Gribbler served the Yaga, and that's where she came through from the beyond.
Will you wait for us, Ben?
I'll wait until nightfall. But if you're not back by then...
We'll be back.
And I had such a craving for crispy squirrel.
Ты все равно отойди подальше. Мало ли чё. Хотите, я... Ворон полетел у нас дальше. Кстати, так ничего так. Прикольненько. Такие сиреневые цвета, фиолетовые. Ну что ж. Я уже немножечко подустала. Серия как раз у нас вышла вроде даже более-менее насыщенная и длинненькая, как обычно. Будем прощаться. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, пишите свои комментарии и обязательно подписывайтесь в группу ВКонтакте. Ссылочка в описании. Так что ждите следующей серии. Всем до встречи. Всем пока. Пока.